All right. What up? What up? What up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to the 20th episode. 20th, baby. 20. The big 20th episode of the Glitch Style Podcast. I'm your guest, G, aka Glitz, and I'm joined by the most illustrious guest today, Mr. ProKesadia. I got it right. And the one and only Q. And you guys already know Mr. Bites, aka BitesWorld, holding it down today. We're gonna have a great cast today. I'm actually very excited about today's cast, and I'm honestly happy to honor that these two lovely content creators, Mr. Quesadia and Mr. Q, joined us today for the cast. Some of the topics we're gonna be talking about today, we actually have a pretty good layout for today's cast. We're going to be talking about some really cool news. I added a little section there. We're going to mix it up. Tell me how you guys like the new format. We're going to have a little rundown section where I show you guys, all the newest news of this week with some games and gaming deals on platforms. Plus, we got the Steam sale. We'll also be talking about the one and only Casey Neistat and the head of YouTube's business, the huge interview about that. So we got that to talk about. It's actually pretty good and a little vague at the same time. And we'll be covering Rainbow Six's Siege, their new DLC OutBreak, which looks pretty good, plus some little gems of the week. Well, let's jump into it, man. And everyone's probably wondering, who's these two beautiful gentlemen right here? Pro and Q, jump on it, man. Pro, tell the people. Hold up. That's who I am. I'm cute. This guy. But let's jump into it, man. Pro, start with Pro, then Q. Tell the people a little about yourself, man.
Well, my name is Pro_Kesadia. I am a Twitch variety streamer. Been streaming since 2014. I focus on more of single player games, first person shooters, BRs, action RPGs, anime, and all that whatnot. I'm a variety guy. I like to switch it up a little bit. I pretty much been playing Monster Hunter a lot recently, so my community's been on that. And let's just say that I'm pretty good at hunting monsters with a long sword. So if you guys are into that kind of stuff, you can definitely come check me out.
Check him out. Nice. And the one and only Q, what do you do, man?
Basically the same thing. I'm a variety caster. I play a lot of Siege or like whatever my chat recommends to me. But I mean, you can kind of catch me on whatever. I only stream when my hair is cut. You know what I'm
saying? That's your schedule.
Yeah.
Well, my hair is cut.
My cam ain't on.
Okay.
Like a bum, but I play a lot of everything, bro. If you want to see whatever recommended to me, I'm pretty sure I'll play that shit.
What do you play right now? Because I know all of us were talking to Bites saying like you play every game under the sun.
I just beat both Amnesias for the first time.
Okay.
I'm thinking about getting into speedrunning them. I've been playing a little Monster Hunter and Siege, but I'm starting Metal Gear Solid 2 and Snake Eater on Monday. And then next month, we got like a whole Zelda month, like block lined up. So I'm going to just be playing Zelda all month.
That's pretty cool.
I never beat Majora's Mask, so like, I'm going to try to go for it.
So you got like little themes going on, so people know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna write that idea down right here. I'm just gonna take that idea real quick. Okay, nice, man. I'm liking it. But what games are everybody playing? Because that's what everybody's probably wondering. What games are you guys excited about in 2018? I want to start with that.
Ooh, because it's a big list.
It's a big list. If you could give me the top 3 games you are excited about in 2018. It's hard, I know.
Gonna hit me with something like that. Hold up.
No, for real. I didn't get any research.
Hey man, I'm trying to mix it up.
The Devil May Cry collection.
Okay.
The Devil May Cry collection. Fucking I don't really usually go for remakes or remasters, but that shit's some heat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We all know Kingdom Hearts ain't dropping forever, so I ain't even gonna name that. All right, let me hold up. Give me some time.
He said, "Give me a second. Hold on. Let me tap out. Give me a second."
Red Dead Redemption. That's one.
Okay, definitely. That's on my list too.
One year, never played that shit.
All right. What's your top 3 Bites? I know you're ready, man. I know you're ready.
Hey, I'm gonna go Red Dead, Far Cry 5 for sure. And
okay.
Probably my last one that I probably would just definitely grab. You know what? I'm gonna leave that slot open just because it's so many good titles coming out. I just I don't want to lie to you guys. because I'm gonna be picking up a lot of games. I'm already picking up a lot of games anyways because of the Steam sale. So
Okay,
I
okay,
got you.
okay. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Double make my collection. That Street Fighter Anniversary collection, because I'm about to be bodying motherfuckers in Third Strike or
All right.
Alpha 3 and God of War 4. Yeah, God of War 4.
Okay, got it.
All right,
That-
a lot of people.
that's
say
actually-
they wanna get God of
That's
War.
that's actually on a lot of people's list right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, if you ain't getting God of War, you really bugging. That shit is about to be heat. It's really about to be some heat. You
For
need to drop the collection with
PS4,
that.
for PS4 people, it's about to be heat.
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
That's why, like, if you're gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
streaming, you kind of gotta have everything. Or at least the exclusives are too good to not be able to play.
That's very true. That's very true.
Facts.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
All right.
Xbox for Netflix, but you need the PS4 for the game.
Yep.
And then, Pro, did you already named yours off, right?
I didn't.
Okay, you're up next, man. Up to the plate.
All right. So, I mean, I know everybody's God of War is on the list, so we'll just put it as a free space. So, Agony. I don't know if you guys seen.
I know what that is. That's a pretty good choice.
What is
It's a horror survival game.
So it's like you're in hell.
You're in hell and you have to escape.
Dude, watch it, and I watched it, and I'm
You're
like,
gonna
I'm
freak
good.
out when you're
I'm
looking
good.
at it.
I'm good. I'm never gonna play that.
Is it considered a horror game or action horror game?
Oh, dude, it's horror. Check out the
It's just
trailer.
horror.
It's horror.
I got a question for you guys after you finish naming your three. Go ahead.
Okay. So after that, Spider-Man. The Sony Spider-Man.
That's good. That looks good.
I gotta have that one because
That looks really
they
good.
showed that at E3. I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? Gotta have that. And out of that, also Ni no Kuni 2 when that comes out.
Bro,
Let
that
the guys
shit
see.
hyped me.
Yeah.
That shit had me hyped. Did you see like a gameplay of it?
What, Ni no Kuni 2?
I saw some gameplay.
Yeah.
It looked like Pigman. It really let me down.
That's
'cause
how it
that,
It's actually not bad if you play the first one. Like if you play the first one, it's just like, oh, I'm not used to this. Like you have because you're playing two characters at the same time. But once you get past the system, you're just like, okay, I can understand it. How I'm supposed to do it. It's a little learning curve at the beginning, but you'll give it some time. I think it's
Okay.
good.
All right.
Plus, by Hayao Miyazaki, my favorite animator, gotta have it.
Okay.
oh, let me just ask you a question first before we move on.
All right. Go for it. Go for it.
What like game trailer finessed you guys this year? Like, what game was you hyped for? And the trailer had you like, yo, I need this shit. And then as soon as it dropped, or you got to play like an alpha or beta, I'm talking about Hunt because
No. Let's pump the brakes. Let's pump the brakes right there. Let's slow it down. Don't say that, man. Come on, not about Hunt, bro. Don't. Nah, that's where we draw the line, bro.
I can't do that.
I'm not gonna side with you on that one, bro.
I ain't with you on that, bro. I'm sorry.
If you watch the trailer, I was like, yo, I'm about to really be bodying this. And then I played the alpha. And I'm like, get this. I uninstalled the shit like 3 times. And everybody's like, no, wait. They got an update. I get on. I'm like, yo, this shit is horrible.
PUBG started out like that, though.
Dude, PUBG was exactly like that.
When it was fucked up.
And then Fortnite came out.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, okay. Well, the thing is, all right. I'm gonna defend. I will be not Fortnite's Hunt's defense in this court of law. First off, it's an alpha.
Right.
They've obviously admitted they had some problems. The game is one of a kind. You gotta admit, in this market today, that game is one of a kind. It's horror, PvP, PvE, especially with the whole BR survival aspect, the meta going on. That game stands out. And if they make it right with the graphics that they have been, marketing, I think it has a big future. Bro.
What else was one of a kind when it dropped? Evolve.
Don't do
and
this.
That shit flopped too. That shit flopped too.
No, you can't do it. Why you can't? Okay.
I
brought up Evolve. Oh,
why would you throw Evolve in there, man?
Streaming when it come out there.
Come on,
It
man.
just
That's
saved me
cold-blooded.
$60. Not getting.
That's cold-blooded, man. Well, first, okay, all right. I rest my case, man. But I like the game. I think it's gonna be for finessed. I can't go 2018 because the only games I bought in 2018, is Dragon Ball, the new Dragon Ball Fighters. And I mean, I'm scheduled to play a lot of PS4 exclusives for older and newer years. So I would say 2017 that finessed me. Did the Division come out in 2017 or
That's what I
16?
thought.
Oh, that's
the
like-
division effect.
The Division.
When you
That
get
finessed me. I would say I got
Division
finessed by the. I feel like everybody got finessed by the Division.
Oh
Facts.
yeah.
We were all like, "Oh, that looks cool," you know. Okay, the bridge looks cool, and they're like, "By the way, none of that stuff's gonna be in the game." You're like, "Wait a minute, what's going down?"
But then you got that game that's gonna make up for it, Escape from Tarkov, though. So
Yeah, Escape from Tarkov looks
it's
really
pretty
good.
much what the Division was.
Look cute. Come on, man. You can't hate. Okay, you cannot hate it.
You-
Okay, I gotta
hate
hear
Escape
this.
from Tarkov?
Don't turn sideways on us, bro. Why do you?
I hated it. I didn't say I hated it.
What was the
but
face for? You got to give it to me. I got to hear this.
I'd still probably play the division over.
I'm kind
Oh,
of with you there. I'm not a Tarkov fan. I'm not.
Yeah, I'd rather play.
It's
the
just a
division.
hype
I mean, that's
Don't
fair.
have finesse.
This is blasphemy, straight up.
I mean, I've been playing Tarkov. I've been having so much fun. So
Tarkov is a great game. It's gonna be
I
one of
think
the
it's
best
fun.
shooters. One of the best shooters out there. Hands down, one of the best shooters out there.
The thing I don't like about Tarkov, and it's nothing against Russians, but I don't like the Russian theme of the game. That's my thing. It just throws
The
me
European,
off.
the European theme.
Yeah, the European theme. I can't get with that.
I mean, most games are like that. I mean, DayZ was like that.
Hmm.
What else? Like, there's like so many different games that use Russia as their basis for shooters. I don't know why. I don't know why that's a thing, but I understand where you're coming from for that. That's kind of
Maybe because it's overused. Maybe it's played out. It wasn't exciting when I saw that it was going to be based in a theme like that.
Well, there's a lot of survival games that are set in Europe for sure. So I do know what you mean.
DayZ kind of gave me.
I think, yeah, but it honestly,
bad eye to them type of games. I can't get.
wish I
into
could get
them.
my $60 back from DayZ.
I think everybody wishes they could.
It's just like you kind of gotta like. There's really no objective. You kind of gotta like make your own fun.
It is.
Like, how long does that last for? If you want to just like loot to go kill people, you can go play PUBG.
True.
And, like,
True.
there's no reason for me to get that game when there's something that does it better.
Okay.
That's like what you're doing at the end of the day. You're looting to go kill other players that are there, so you can loot. You can do that shit in PUBG. And
That's
it
true.
doesn't take as long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got
All right.
that.
So I got a question for you guys, and I know Q's gonna love this. He's gonna love this question. In 2017, what was the trashiest game you played? Like just done, just like it was just,
Most trash.
it was just like, nah, this game's not worth it.
No. Layers of fear.
What got deleted probably?
Layers of fear. Layers of fear.
Wait, you think Layers of Fear was trash?
For the love of God, yes. The entire time I was streaming it, I was just mad as shit.
So you were streaming, just upset, just mad the whole time.
Yeah,
You didn't
That
get
shit
scared
had to
once.
go.
You didn't jump scare. Nothing.
it had to go. Nah.
That's funny.
A lot of people enjoyed it. That's what I heard.
I
know
enjoyed it
what?
when I streamed it.
Like maybe Outlast 2. I sped run it. It's cool. It's good as like a speed running game, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not scary at all. And I feel like they try to like go for that easy scare and just like push religion. Everybody's like, there's a little bit of like horror in religion. If like I don't know, I feel like you can scare people with religion, and I think that's what.
Some aspects for sure. Some aspects for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
My most trash game had to be Mass Effect Andromeda. That game's garbage.
See, I never played Mass Effect, so me going into Andromeda.
Garbage. Don't play that.
That's the
Don't
newest
ever.
one, right? That's the newest one.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Garbage.
Oh man, what was garbage about it though? What was bad about it?
And it played well.
The story just wasn't good.
That's the
It
worst part.
just
Yeah.
it wasn't good. Like when it comes to be a game that comes from BioWare, it's supposed to have a great story to compel you and bring you in. And you're supposed to, and like this is Mass Effect Andromeda coming after from Shepard's story, who's been here for 3 games and his story's been awesome.
Yeah.
Except for Mass Effect 3, it had holes in that. But other than that, it just felt stale, dry, used niches that has been in most games. I'm just like, I think I played like halfway through the game. I said I can't do it anymore.
Dang.
The game
Okay.
was just bad.
All right. All right. Well, Okay, all right, let's move on. Let's get into the good stuff. You know, we just got done with the little, finger foods at Costco. Let's jump into like, the entrees. All right, so we got a new little segment for everybody jumping in, everybody watching live or pre-recorded on YouTube. We have a new little segment I like to call the rundown, where I give you guys the newest or latest news of the week. So what we got up to bat is Rainbow Six Siege. Currently, it will be supplied since the 15th for 30% off. So if you're looking to get into Rainbow Six Siege, guys, you'll be able to buy that. The advanced edition is 30% off. You'll get 13% off the standard edition, and the starter edition is $14.99, the normal price, $15 for PC. So you can also grab that. We will drop a link in chat for that. So this is actually the perfect time to get in there. And then second up, we have Dead Space. So anybody who hasn't played Dead Space or hasn't had the chance to or wants to, they will be giving the original for free on Origin. EA will be giving it away for free. There's no deadline on it, but they're saying, hey, we'll give it away till it's gone. So if you want to go grab it, I mean, it doesn't hurt, install Origin, grab a free game, play it whenever you want. It's a freebie. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too, man. Like you don't hear that too often. That just like take it,
Origin actually does that a lot. They do it like rare, but that sounded fucking stupid. They do it like every like 4 months. They'll just sit a game there and you just take it.
Yeah. I
mean, I think it's cool. It didn't age as well as like the other two, but if you want to hop into the series, you should definitely pick it up. It's actually a really good horror game.
It is. I caught myself screaming a couple times playing that game.
It's single player. So
yeah.
Like, if you playing a game that's single player, that's where you get your actual your actual scares from. Because if you have a co-op partner, shit ain't scary no more because somebody else has a gun.
That's true. All right, and also I know there's quite a few people, Dirty Randy, I've seen stream it, and I mean I know Q was talking about before we started today's podcast about Sea of Thieves, the epic game coming out, which Q's very. I mean look at his face, he's very excited for the game. They came out with new benchmarks. So if anybody's out there wondering, hey, what kind of rig do I need? Do I need to upgrade? Is my rig overkill? Can I play it? I know there's quite a few people that want to role play too. And Sea of Thieves, they have a new benchmark. I'll drop that in chat too. Some of their benchmarks, I mean, it actually looks like this guy's about to leave. It actually looks like, I mean, when it's optimized, it looked like it could be played by the average user. I mean, you need the Windows 10. So let's go. I mean, everybody usually plays. So for us streamers, 720p at 30 frames per second. You need Windows 10. You need a standard AMD Phenom 2. This guy said a flop. 4 gigabytes of RAM. You need DirectX 2 VRAM. You need 1 gigabyte for your GPU. And if you're using a NVIDIA graphics card, you're gonna need the GTX 650 or the AMD Radeon 7750. I guess that's kind of the benchmark for that. And I mean, hard drive doesn't really matter because everybody has a plethora of space. And graphics settings for this is low. So if you're looking to stream it on or play it on Ultra, you need at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. And for the graphics cards, you need a GTX 980 Ti or an AMD Radeon RX Vega 56. So there you go. The high end, the low end, if you want to play that. And we'll also drop this in chat so you guys can check that out. Personally,
I hate when they drop PC specs, man.
You don't like that? Why do you not like that? I feel like that's pretty good. I mean, people are looking forward to that stuff.
They better stop giving these big streamers game codes before they come out, because you get to see it, and I feel like they losing. It depends. I feel like they losing so much money because you watch somebody else play it, and let's say you were you had such high expectations for it, and you were gonna buy it, and you see it, and you just yeah, I'm not.
Well, okay. Would you rather have not seen a stream play and then buy it and be upset?
Nah, I just think it's bad for them because they
hype it up,
and you get to see how it is, and it's just not as good. Because I planned on getting to role play it on stream.
Yeah, do you role play? How long have you been role playing for?
I wanted to get into it.
Oh, you want to get into it?
Discord, we were all supposed to hop into GTA, but they were it died. So
you trying to get into some GTA? You trying to get some of that?
I'm with it. It's a few homies in the Discord that want to do it.
Dude, he advertising it.
I'm just saying, hey, Hey, anybody out there that wants to roleplay on some GTRP, hit up RP first. Assy,
Hunt,
one of
yeah,
the
Hunt.
admins is Assy in our chat, Raging Ravage. Do hit him up. We got Q's in there, Bites is gonna get in there, and Jay Dubious is in there. So Q, man, you gotta get in there, bro.
Bruh. I'm
Yeah, he forgot about me too,
with
'cause I'm
this
in it
Discord
too.
show.
All right, man.
Because we talked about it a while ago. We just never got into it. Yeah, look in the chat, yo. You see Leo. He said Hunt because he watched somebody play Hunt. I knew I wasn't the only one.
Don't
He
say that,
watched
man.
somebody
Leo,
play
don't
Hunt,
side with Q.
and
Don't
he
do this.
knew. He already knew.
Don't
Like,
do this,
you
Leo.
know.
I can't trust. I can't trust
damn
Leo.
money.
He's not trustworthy.
I have to
I
be
don't trust
honest.
with him.
I get what Q is saying. There are people who can stream a game and you might get a bad impression of it. It's not always probably what they intend the impression to be.
Well, let me ask.
Like,
Do you feel like
I watch a few? I don't just like take it from like you watching some
Yeah.
streamer and it's like he's boring as fuck, so I move to somebody else that's playing the same game, and I just look and like, am I really going to enjoy this?
that's what I was gonna ask you? I was like,
It's
do you feel
no.
like you didn't enjoy it because the streamer, the content creator, or the game?
It's just the game. Like the game, I don't really like that you lose your character each time. It just didn't look like it had longevity for me or it was fun. Like after a few games, I probably would be like, yeah, I ain't never touching it. I would probably just like play it to run it into the dirt, get everything I can get out of it. If I like from streaming, like from a streamer's point of view, try to get all the cloud out of the game that you can, but I wouldn't enjoy it. I would just be playing it just because it's something to play. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of them games I can go back to and play on my own and enjoy.
That makes sense. I say to each their own. That totally makes sense. All right, so
I
let's.
would really like to see when the game actually updates and gets better, because I was watching a few people play and there's just some broken things about it, like the hit markers for shooting and stuff weren't working. Some of the monsters or whatever that are in the game, you know, like the proximity that you can get in contact with them before they attack, like all that stuff wasn't right. So I think it's got a long ways to go, but it could be a good game.
I'm not even like looking at that type of stuff. Like, of course, that type of shit's gonna be fixed when they drop the actual game on like the next beta. I'm just like looking at the game as like a whole.
Okay.
Not just like the hit markers are fucked up. Of course, that shit's gonna be fixed. It's just like, do you really see yourself playing that game for a long time? Really?
Gotcha. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay, I see.
I see what you're saying. The longevity of the game. I got you.
Yeah, I feel that.
Q, you got a good point, man. When you first started talking about it, man, I was like, this guy's speaking blasphemy and all that stuff. But you got a good point. You got a good point.
I looked at the trailer. I was like, yo, that shit's heat. This shit is heat. The trailer made it look so fire. And then you play the game and you're like, yo, get this shit the fuck out of here. I'm like, you got me. Nah, I'm not playing that.
Hey man, it's kind of sad you gotta watch a trailer and really like protect yourself. You know, you gotta break it down.
That's true. That's true. I mean, because we've all been burned by those games out there that, you know, the trailer's hype. You get the game, it's an alpha or early access, and the game comes out and you're like, damn, I want my money back.
Daisy.
Layers of fear.
The Double D's, Division, and DayZ. I mean, all right.
He didn't even have a trailer. People were just like, yo, you gotta get it. It's so heat.
Well, the thing was, it was fun because
time 2017. That's what that game was.
Well, it was fun because everyone was playing it. And then plus people like the roleplay community loved it. So, you know what I mean? The roleplay community, we tend to hang on to things a lot longer. Like, I mean, you got Armored 3. Armored 3 is like a game that's 5 years old. Or correct me if I'm wrong, 5 years old.
I loved watching Armored 3 roleplay.
Yeah, and
like, Armored 3 is hilarious.
Yeah, and we held on to it for that reason. It's kind of the same thing when people held on DayZ.
It's like core game, and then once that dies down, then RP takes over. And then once RP goes, the game is just finished. Or it's like, all right, people are RPing, and then like everybody that's RPing is from like a different country. That's at least how I went with Armored 3. They kind of just like took the game over, and then it just slowly started to die. And then everybody moved to GTA.
Yeah. Diddy made a comment that says, LOL, y'all talking about the hunt. It's an alpha with the two same base monsters. They have actually been talking about taking feedback. So if there's something you don't like, there's time to let them know. So Q, hit up the feedback, man. Let them know. Don't just say it's garbage. Don't say your game is garbage.
I didn't say I just say it's not like I'm not into it.
No, very
I'm just not into it at all.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so let's jump into the meat of this cast. So everybody knows about the whole YouTube fiasco. I will not speak his name because it's blasphemy on this stream. You guys know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna jump into a little segment of Casey Neistat interviewing the head of YouTube business, Robert Kyncl. I hope I'm saying his name right. But if you haven't seen this interview, we're about to jump through a couple little spots, a little timestamps that me and Bites have taken aside to address some issues and some questions and some, some perspectives which a lot of people have or a lot of people are wondering about. We're not going to watch the whole thing. It is a 20-minute video, and I'm not trying to get strike down. So we're going to jump through it and, watch a few segments together. So grab it. Let me grab this. And you guys are free. You guys have the link, so bring it up when you guys want, and we'll go through the timestamps. Q, Bites, and Pro.
Yeah, just let me know.
All right, so what we're gonna do, I have a few timestamps here. We're gonna go to 142, and 142 pretty much introduces and tells you a lot about what Robert does, because I think some of you guys are wondering how important this guy is and doesn't really know about YouTube. So we're gonna jump to 142. Give me a second. And he has a pretty good question. He's introducing himself. So 3, 2, 1. Vámonos.
Tell us who you are. I think most YouTubers, when they think of YouTube leaderships, they know Susan, but people don't know you. So who are you and what do you do?
Sure. So I'm Robert Kyncl. I'm Chief Business Officer of YouTube. And in my day-to-day job, I'm responsible for all of the YouTube creators and content partners who are making their living on YouTube and creating amazing audiences. So all of your problems are my problems. All of your wins are my wins. So we are tied at the hips, and I just love what I do.
I think most people's questions have to do with the Logan Paul controversy because it's still very, very fresh. Mm-hmm. And to lead that off, I'm curious, what's it like for you, and then what's it like inside of YouTube when something like that or any of the previous controversies happen? Is there a protocol in place?
Yeah, I mean, we have, depending on the severity of the issue at hand, we have escalation processes that take place, and we're looking at how this works against the guidelines, the community guidelines that we have set on YouTube, which really help operate an open platform like ours. There's
All right, so we'll stop it right there. So I see someone said, "Oh, sigh." Yes, that's the topic we're covering. Obviously, a lot of people are tired about hearing about Logan Paul or hearing his name. I am too, but I think this video will address a lot of things that we all wondered about. And I see some people say, we don't use YouTube. This is not so much just about YouTube. This affects YouTube. This affects Twitch. This affects Mixer. All these platforms are taking notes from each other and, trying to improve. I mean, this affects everybody because a lot of streamers use both platforms. So this might affect you. If it does affect you, it might be your fellow streamer or somebody you watch. Well, that's why we're covering this today. One of the interesting facts, I didn't actually let it play, but he actually, Casey Neistat asked him, "Hey, have you ever created a YouTube video?" He said, "I've never created one. This is my very first one." One disclaimer I will say is there's a little disconnect between, I feel like, him and some of the tops of CEOs and execs of YouTube that haven't really been in the entertainment industry or been a content creator. And it kind of shows that they are running this more like just a business rather than, I know the platform, I know what they go through, I know what they feel for, and I know what they stand for, and know what they want. But let's skip from that's really easy. But let's skip to 328, and this covers about just listen to it. 328, and I definitely have something to say. Yeah, I definitely have something to.
Nobody that ever dropped a YouTube video working.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Never dropped a YouTube. Like he didn't even experiment. You know what I mean? Didn't even experiment. So I think that right there shows the disconnect. That's like saying someone the head of Twitch or somebody in Twitch deciding about partnerships has never streamed. So how do you know what's important to streamers or what's adequate or what's the standard for streaming if you've never done it? It blows my mind. It blows my mind. But let's move on. I could talk about this today. So let's move on to 328.
Yeah, before you go to 328, I was going to say, check out just right at 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
It talks about some of the important facts of how YouTube handles those situations.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's try it about 3 minutes, and then 3:22 is another one that I thought were good points.
All right, cool. All right, so let's start at 3. All right, 3, 2, 1. Vámonos.
How did it land on the homepage?
I think you have. There are no simple answers to that, except that there was a lot of interest in that video. There were a lot of searches for it all around the world on YouTube, and it ended up there.
I think it was 9 days between it happening and you guys responding to it. How do you do better?
So we actually we had a press reply the next day within in less than 24 hours, but our social response was delayed. And so what we were working on is we were trying to formulate our response, and of course, with Logan and a lot of his projects for original.
This is the part.
There are hundreds of people involved, people whose paychecks depend on it. So we don't want to make a rash decision that impacts so many people's livelihood. It's not just Logan; it's many other people across multiple projects.
Let's stop it right there. All right, we got a lot to talk about. I definitely have something to talk about what he just said. Oh, man. It's like he was trying to repair the damage, and on top of it, he's like, you know what? What you guys thought about is what our concern is: money. But let's rewind to what Bites wants to say. What do you want to say about that first part, Bites?
I just thought it was pretty peculiar that video was top 10 trending on the site, which is quite an achievement in its own. But they did not know that was happening before it hit top 10. So I just thought that was peculiar. They have algorithms in place that will push things to the top based on popularity, but it's obvious that they're not monitoring those things until it's a nuisance to the community.
But 9 days though.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what makes it so crazy is that you have these top execs and all of the people that are in power to control these things are not even monitoring them for that long.
The thing is, I feel like they seen it, but they didn't think of it as much of a problem until other people started complaining about it or bitching about it.
And that's how it's
there.
That's how it's always been. That's how YouTube's always been,
Everybody else had a big deal about it, so they had to step in and do something.
Yeah, from what I've seen, the only way YouTube actually does something and takes action and makes a statement if people make a ruckus. And it should not be like that for, I guess, a company of that magnitude, of that many people with that much money, that's standing in the community. It's like, is that what we have to do? Just rage pitchforks, grab lanterns, and start yelling to the top of our lungs?
That's how things changes, though.
Like, his page is still up, right?
Oh yeah, his page is still up.
That's why I don't like ever give a fuck about shit like that, because nothing's going to change. It's like, why? They're not going to do anything to his page.
Yeah, but we can't be like that though. You can't be like that. It's like, nothing's going to change. You have to sometimes raise your voice about things for things to change.
You have to.
People did raise their voice, and still nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? His page is still here. He's still on YouTube.
No, well, only thing I understand why YouTube is just it's the same thing on Twitch. There are people who are very controversial out there, and they're still out there being still the top streamers or content creators on the internet, and they'll even get more because of that controversy. Because people who are on those platforms will look and just be like, okay, we know that he did something bad, but we're getting even more money than we.
How much money did we make from him? That's the question.
That's the thing.
And you notice
at the drama, rewarding them for bad behavior. Yeah.
But it's like, so if we already know that's going to happen, why even bother? Is what I'm saying.
Well, we could change things.
Shit happened like years ago. This isn't even the first time people had a problem with some shit he was doing. This is maybe like the fourth or fifth time. Like, why are people even surprised anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. It's like, it's coming.
You anymore.
But at the same time, should we just be like, whatever, roll over and let it go? No, I don't think we should.
No, definitely not.
It's one thing.
Like, people tried before and nothing happened. Like the last 4 times. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, maybe like the first or second try. I mean, you go ahead and say whatever you guys say. But like, as you keep seeing this dude doing whatever the fuck he wants and nothing's happening, it's like, yo, why should I even care? Like, they're not gonna do anything to him because he's bringing them too much bread. Like, when is it that at the point where it's like, I'm tripping for nothing?
When you're saying nothing's being done, is it so much his channel being taken down? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're getting at?
I mean, it's kind of that point. Dude had a dead body hanging in a tree on
YouTube.
on YouTube. I'm like, yo, hello. Like, if that's not going to get his page like taken down, why? Like, nothing is.
There
He's
has
gonna
to be
have to
something
be
against
like,
like TOS at least. It
but
has to be.
it happened at the beginning of the year. It's February.
I know. I'm just saying, like on YouTube's like terms of service somewhere, there has to be something like on there saying like this will get your channel banned for showing something like this. Like if this was a normal person, a normal content creator,
Gone.
not Logan Paul, they would have been gone.
Oh yeah, and he makes it clear at the very end. He says there's a lot of people's paychecks being affected by this. We can't be rash. I was like, what?
Basically,
I don't.
In his camp and at YouTube, hundreds of people.
That's crazy. That is crazy. So the fact that he showed a dead body is nothing, because there's a lot of people, being affected, and getting paid off this dude's content, that they don't want to make any rash decisions. That right there shows, blatant, just like what, favoritism. And that's what has been said about YouTube from the day, for a couple of years, about favoritism. They're like, no, we don't. This actually proves it right here, unfortunately. All right, so let's move on, because this is let's move on to 442. This is another thing which I've seen a lot on different platforms. This has happened on Twitch, happened on YouTube. When people say something controversial or something edgy, they scream free speech. I should have free speech. He's going to talk about that right now. So 442. Let me know you guys are ready.
Ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, vámonos.
And you're hitting the nail on the head, which this is one of the hardest things. Scaling openness, developing standards, making sure that users feel safe, creators feel safe, and advertisers feel safe. Obviously, this video was not something that, and I don't think anyone is proud to be associated with. But we think that the more we develop our community guidelines, the more we hone them and develop our standards along those lines, we think we can get there.
Culture,
Yep.
YouTube culture. I've noticed sort of in the last year plus, drama would be the descriptor I'd use to really drive the culture of YouTube. Mm-hmm. What do you think of that? Drama.
Are you talking about the drama you create?
I'm a part of the problem with this, but drama is rewarded with views. Drama is rewarded with attention. Drama is rewarded ultimately with dollars. And I think a lot of that is what eventually sort of metastasized into the kind of sensationalist content that let things like the Logan Paul controversy happen.
Yeah.
How does YouTube affect culture to
I'm talking about the incentives and disincentives for that. We're thinking very deeply and every single day now on how do we create the right incentives and disincentives for creators to do the right thing on YouTube. And that means a lot of different things. That means do the right things for advertisers, do the right things for their users, for the platform organically, and not chase sensationalism, not chase views for the sake of views, not use drama for the sake of views, and not use drama at our expense for the sake of views, right? So what's at heart for us is that we deeply care about the creator ecosystem. That's my job. If you don't succeed, we don't succeed. What we want to make sure that creators who are making a living on YouTube feel safe doing so. That there's no gaming, basically. That it's just all about like doing the right thing, and it is our job to set those guidelines in place and incentives in place. So we're working on that quite busily.
All right, stop right there.
All right.
How do you feel about that, Bites, man?
The guy won't even use words like kick you off the site or ban you off the site. He says incentives and disincentives. Like, are you serious?
Can we talk about how can you talk about like he also said like if you don't succeed, we don't succeed. So another way of saying if you don't make money, we don't make money.
Yeah, and we like you making money. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we like you making money more. Actually, is what he means.
But what blows my mind, and he says, do the right thing for investors, do the right thing for your views, and do the right thing for the community. Those could all be conflicting.
I feel like he was trying to say like what he thinks everybody wants to hear. There's no way he's gonna get like so much bread on YouTube without like drama. Like fight videos or just like watching YouTubers beef with each other has like became like the thing on YouTube since like 2000. like the beginning of 2017. There was a fucking fight between what's his name, like SKI. Well, he plays like soccer, like FIFA and shit, and some other dude. They had like a big ass fight, and it like yo. Right, I used to come on YouTube to just look at like fucking people review games and shit. Now y'all got like YouTubers fighting each other.
Yeah,
Like the easy way to grow your channel.
I mean, I've seen it happen on Twitter. I've seen it happen on Twitch. That's the meta. You find somebody and you start drama with them off something stupid, and that gets you attention. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on Twitch. People go on people's channels, start arguments. You know. Also, I've even seen the fake drama all over YouTube.
I hate how people will be like, "Oh no, go ahead."
No, go for it, man.
It's like I hate how people will be like, "All right, let's say you see somebody playing a character on Twitch. That's not who they are. You know what I'm saying?" But people hate when they like, yo, I can't be like him and grow like that because dude fake as fuck. Like he just playing a character, but you want to like grow off of beef. That makes no sense, bro. You want to grow off of beef, but you hating on somebody for playing a character and just having fun with it, and you just calling them fake and shit.
That's oh my god.
So,
who knows, man? Who knows? But Denny made a comment in chat. I saw this and I totally agree. He said it looks like there's somebody behind the camera holding up, like a lawyer behind the camera saying, you can, holding up signs. You can say this, don't say this, prompted him.
I believe that.
These are, before this was even agreed to, that they all got, got the head lawyers together and said, what could we say and what could we not say? And it kind of makes me think, was Casey Neistat prompted on what questions to ask? Because he didn't ask the hard-hitting questions that everybody thought he was going to ask. Like, that's the reason why I watched this interview, and I guarantee that's the reason why a lot of people did. And I went on Twitter just on purpose, and I looked at the comments, and I went on YouTube to look at the comments. People were very disappointed, and they said the same thing.
Really safe.
This is very vague, and he's speaking very safe. And we've seen that same mannerism and the same type of talk with the Twitch community. What was it? The Twitch community. I forgot the name, but when the community panel, when they showed all the new guidelines, yes. So there was that. The town hall. Sorry, but yeah,
I had to watch this video like 4 times, bro, because like it just feels like it's not really like the truth. You know what I'm saying? So like when I was watching it, I kind of just like spaced out like 3 times, and I had to like keep going back through this because it feels like he's reading from something, or he's just trying to like keep it like 100% safe. He doesn't want to say anything like that'll just like make them look. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, he just want to keep it safe.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? Their company, you know what I mean? He doesn't want to say something that people like, oh, we got you. I mean, he kind of did say something already. We care about the money, but who knows? But let's
a company though.
Yeah,
got to.
Let's move on to 904. This kind of really magnifies the disconnect between the heads of the company and the content creators, which everybody's talking about. All right, let me know when you guys are ready.
Good.
All right, 3, 2, 1, vamonos.
In all my years in television, I never met a TV studio head who wasn't at one time a TV producer. In cinema, I've never met a movie studio head who didn't produce movies. But no one on the YouTube sort of senior executive leadership side has ever made a living as a creator. So how does Susan, how do the other leaders at YouTube empathize with the struggles of being a creator, having never been there yourself?
So I might not have produced myself, but I'll just give you my little quick background. I started in the mailroom of a talent agency, working with writers, actors, directors, stapling their pictures and resumes and sending it to cast interviews, etc. Became an assistant and just went to work for a movie production financing company. So made a lot of films. And then went to HBO.
Bruh, like seriously.
Yeah, this guy.
Eventually to Netflix, and then to YouTube. So I've been around content all of my professional career, and learned it from inside out and every angle. So I'm deeply passionate.
I was a janitor at YouTube, so I know what they need.
I know about
now
videos
when it comes to, but I have not been a YouTube creator myself. When you think about YouTube, it's really a massive platform. It's a massive technological feat. And what you really need is people who are incredibly proficient at building an infrastructure on a unprecedented level all around the world, of ingesting 450 hours of video every single minute, streaming a billion hours a day, in HD quality. So what our company has to do is sort of marry the technological prowess with content prowess together, and do it at scale.
The changes in
another
the
question.
partner program. So you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time, 1,000 subs to monetize. A question or something I saw a lot on Twitter. Was
Your next question,
new
because he
or
didn't
tiny
really
YouTube
answer
channels
shit.
seeing
No, he
that
didn't.
tremendously
I mean, he
destroyed.
didn't answer anything. Actually, it's so
Pause it right
bizarre
there.
the way he responded. You know.
Like,
How do you guys go about it if you
Like
never
you don't know
created a
what you're
YouTube
talking
video?
about.
Well, shit, I used to mop floors at the gas station in the
Yeah.
corner. So I worked at BP doing lottery.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't know, man. It just shows that the disconnect is crazy.
It sounds like to me they are doing everything possible to like, it's like self-preservation. Like they know they are on a fine line for which, like Denny said, if YouTube went away, there's no doubt that another site could rise up showing the same type of content and be just as lucrative, you know. And YouTube is aware of that. They're thinking about it strictly as a business, how to retain their viewership and people being active on the site. That's it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the creator at all.
All right, perfect.
Bringing in bread is about you. If you're bringing in
Yeah, if you're
views.
bringing in money, that's when they care about your channel. That's when you're
Like,
part of like the
I
YouTube
keep
clique.
talking to like homies, and I really want to like, I wanted to go that route, but like every time I talk to somebody, they're just like, nah, that ain't the way to go. You might as well just stay on Twitch.
Now, I do want to say, I know it's not looking so good for YouTube right now. Obviously, everybody's hoping for, you know, another platform to pop up, but I will say there is still a plus to uploading to YouTube. Now, some people might say, well, my videos get demonetized, but you'll be surprised the opportunities people get off uploading. You know what I mean? Same with Twitch, because a lot of people are like, man, I only get like 5 views, 8 views,
Yo,
but
Moshi,
people
you do YouTube, but... Oh, go ahead.
People come through all the time. People come through Twitch streams all the time. It doesn't matter if you're getting 50, 100, or 5 views. People come through all the time. It's like a revolving door. Same with YouTube. Whether you get 50 views or 40 views, you don't know who those views are. So if you're a content creator, don't shy away from YouTube, but this is for you guys to be wary of what's going on. This is not for us to say YouTube is... this is not...
Bro, it's true.
I mean,
It's true.
that's the way I see it. I see a bunch of people that are trying to protect their jobs, and they're desensitized about what's going on their site.
Twitch is
And they're not connected.
But yo, Moshi, fucking all right. As since you're like a content creator on YouTube, what would you think the shittiest part about YouTube is for like you? You know what I'm saying? Since you do YouTube.
I mean, we're gonna throw that to anybody, any content creators on YouTube in chat. I know Mr. Moshi.
He's the only one. I know.
Yeah. He definitely
like
uploads, and he uploads to SoundCloud too. He's actually a pretty good rapper.
I heard his album. Me and Alexis was talking about it.
It's good.
Like I heard dude, and he has like this video where his like cartoon is walking. And he's just spitting, and I heard it like the first time I heard it, I was like, okay. And the second time, I was like, dude got flow. Like I like it. And then she was like, oh, you should listen to his album. I got it. I listened to like the first 2 songs. Actually good. But I really used to do like game videos and shit.
Yeah. So I wanna do jump on people that are saying something chat. I'm sorry, man. I'm about to destroy your name. Skirts. Crappy part of YouTube is we don't share views. We steal views.
You can't really steal.
You can't steal views.
If you can't steal views from somebody else, that means you're doing something that they're not. That's how I always look at it.
I look at it this way.
If I host you and they stay with you, you doing something better than me. So I can't really get mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You killing the game. I need to
step it up.
Stealing from other people, I don't really like think it's stealing. Like if I take something that the homie got, you should be flattered, bro, because I like what you're doing. So I want to do what you're doing too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like bite you. It's just I like what you're doing.
Yeah, I think stealing views too is reposting other people's content. That's stealing views.
That would be technically stealing views. Yes.
Well, yes.
But I think this is my saying. It stands for Twitch and YouTube. You can't steal anybody's views. These viewers, these people, because that's what they are, don't belong to anybody. And I've seen Twitter fights. Over content creators saying, "Hey, you stole my views. You stole my views." These are human beings, and they can go watch whatever they want to watch. If they want to watch you, they'll watch you. So no one's stealing anything from anybody. You know, I mean, you gotta just step your game up, stand out, be consistent.
Maybe I don't see it like the cutthroatness on YouTube. I heard like the only community that I know that's like really bad is the anime community. Cause I had
What?
a friend who wanted to jump into that. Bruh, these dudes be like they be ready
How
to
there could
scrap.
conspiracy be like that in anime, dude?
That's what I'm
Bruh,
thinking.
ain't
Like,
that to
Naruto, this dude talking about Naruto, y'all beefing now.
are you serious?
Bruh, they really shitty. They're really shitty. A friend of
Dang.
mine was telling me about he had to make like 3 new channels because they were always just like
Going
bash
after
his
him?
shit on their channel. Yeah. And it's not even like these dudes are big channels. They're like smaller channels, you know what I'm saying? And they just really just gang up on people to just get them out of there. It's the same way on Twitch. There's multiple black communities, yo. And
All
some of them are just like extremely toxic. And they do the
All
same
right.
thing on
Yo,
Twitch.
try me.
I wanna do something real quick. We're gonna keep talking. Mr. Motion says, "Can you hop in real quick?" Yeah, hop on in, man. Hop in the Discord. Do SMS Discord. I do want to hear your perspective, and we will take a couple of these at the end too, because this is actually I want to shed some light, and I want to have a conversation as a community, which we are right now, to talk about these things, because these affect a lot of people, Twitch streamers and content creators, because they're all going through growing pains right now, unfortunately. So do hop on in there, Mr. Moshi. And I'll drag and drop you. But let's move on to one last thing. Let me you can jump on after we're done with this segment. All right. So just jump in the hangout. He does cover, I think he's covering partnership right now. One last point I want to talk about here is he's talking about the adpocalypse and how that affected other streamers and what does he think about it. That's gonna be 12:05.
Adpocalypse.
Yeah. Adpocalypse, you know, Logan Paul caused it, PewDiePie caused it, you know, when they started to get backlash and advertisers started to leave, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what people call the adpocalypse. Apparently there's 2.0 too. So, all right, so 3, 2, 1, vamonos.
When you guys made the changes that were made in response to Adpocalypse, there's a lot of frustration, expressed on social media. Did you guys see that outcry coming? For the false positives, did it catch you off guard?
It was really, really hard because you're just trying to stabilize the ecosystem that's moving around. So yes, we heard the outcry, of course, and it's I can tell you there's nothing more painful than hear from the advertisers, their stories, and nothing more painful than hear from the creators. And you should know, both sides think that we favor the other. Both sides think, you know, and so we clearly have work to do of the ecosystem.
It does feel like at times that what creators want to make and what audiences want to see doesn't always align or doesn't align with what advertisers want to buy against. How do you rectify that?
So, sometimes that happens, and it's really hard to tell an advertiser, look, you must buy this, right? Because they say, look, that's my brand, and I just don't want to. You know, that's their choice. One of the things that we worked really hard on last year was our yellow monetization icon, because that really, which I know might have been, you know, painful and work, but it was something that helped us reduce false positives by 30%. It was really impactful. You know, suddenly getting the input from creators saying, look, this was not correct. Everyone who participated in that.
Let me ask you about the yellow icon, because from the most cynical creator perspective, what it's viewed as is a way of saying, we think this might not be advertiser friendly, so we're going to cut your revenue on it, but we're still playing it. So it's costing you the creator money while we figure this out. And I think that I as a creator found that very insulting. I found that very upsetting. Why do I have to take your algorithm's mistake? Why does it have to cost me money? How does YouTube address something like that at the kind of scale that?
I remember you calling on this issue. I think it was maybe October or somewhere there. Yeah. And that's when we started to think about let's tell creators that they shouldn't publish them yet, have them unlisted. It gets reviewed, it's scanned, and then they won't go through the volatility. So that has worked.
All right, we'll cut it right there. We'll cut it right there. So pretty much he just says a bunch of nothing the whole time. That's what I got for
the whole interview.
Yeah, just like the whole, like, honestly, like, I know there's like what there's at least like what 4 more minutes left or something like that, guys. It's
Yeah.
we stopped it there, and I watched the whole thing, and I took like little cliff notes and timestamps. For the rest of the podcast, it's just ramble, and then he talks about his book and stuff like that. But yo, this is not the interview I wanted, and I'm pretty sure this is not the interview a lot of people wanted. Ah, man, Philip DeFranco should have interviewed him. I think he would have done a better job.
Probably.
I think so. I think he would probably ask the heavy-hitting questions we all wanted. It did sound scripted. It definitely did sound scripted, and it did sound like they definitely went through what they were going to talk about before it. They had to. I mean, because this could have ruined their image if they would have messed up. So,
Like YouTube probably just sent Casey a bunch of like things saying, we're not going to talk about this, or this. And you have to base your questions around that. And YouTube told him, don't answer this.
Pretty
like
much.
Around this.
What you just said was probably what happened. They did the interview before they
Yeah,
filmed the interview.
that's mostly how businesses act when it comes to something as this magnitude happening, like something bad happening. We don't want our image to go down for people to say like, oh, let's ban you, let's boycott using YouTube and whatnot. That's gonna go on tax on their dollars and whatnot. So they're just like try to make YouTube seem like, oh, we made a little small mistake. We're still a great company, and we're just trying to look good for still trying to be the greatest YouTube video platform for you guys. Like
demonetizing your videos, but they still playing.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Well, man.
All right, so we got Mr. Moshi in the building, another content creator and rapper, really, really cool guy. So speaker piece, Mr. Moshi, what do you want to say, man?
What do you call it? I just going based off of just that video alone. Like you want to focus on things that like the words that he's using, like when he was describing his relationship to like content creation in general. Like he was using words like, "Oh, I was in a talent agency and
yeah, we heard that. I was doing mail.
Right, I was doing mail in a talent agency, and you know, now I understand your struggles." It's like, no, shut your ass up. All right, you don't understand shit.
Pretty much, man.
Especially not from that. It's like you really have to do content and understand like the struggles of, like, he's never had to like eat off of like doing anything content wise, so he's not gonna understand that aspect at all. And earlier I was saying in the chat, I was like, yo, don't do YouTube. Like, if people were like, everyone's like, and then I just see Glitch like, I know you've seen it, and then I see Glitch just like, I think you should still do YouTube. And I'm just sitting here like, no, Glitch, you don't understand.
You're not doing YouTube for like a certain thing, or like just
don't
in
do
general.
YouTube in general. Like, I would say like this: if you're gonna do content, post it on Twitch first. You know what I'm saying? For like your viewership, and then maybe put it on YouTube afterwards. But don't make that like your primary focus.
But what do you say to all the people that, because we all know not all types of content. Yeah, not all types of content can be on Twitch.
Which is gonna be like other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you gotta figure that out.
Like
you
like Robert right now. That's what Robert told everybody.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you mean by different types of content?
So like vlogs.
Let's say, like vlogging.
You can do
you can do vlogging on Twitch. The problem is nobody's attempted it yet. Nobody's thought, oh, I'm gonna put like these vlogs up, because the difference between YouTube and Twitch is the communities. On Twitch you can have like a very core community that's gonna hold you up, that's gonna, what you call it, stick with you through like, you know, tough shit. YouTube is like you can have a community, you know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, it's like these people come in and they watch your video, and that's it in terms of interaction. They don't get to know you. They don't get to know anything about you. They don't have conversations with you. They come in, they watch your video, they leave a comment, oh, I like this, and then they leave. And that's it. But on Twitch, it's like you literally sat here and looked at my face for like 6 hours. You know what I mean?
Or 2 seconds, you know, either or. But
right? I mean, YouTube Live has that same capability.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube is trash. It's like YouTube Live. It's definitely a good strat if you want to keep like the people who follow you like on YouTube. But the
Mhm.
difference between YouTube and Twitch is like I'll go back to again is the community and the way people interact with each other on YouTube Live. You're doing that specifically so you'd be like, you're on YouTube, and I know that you're not going to leave YouTube, so I'm gonna go live on YouTube to give you more content to rack up on that time. Or if I'm playing a game, I'm gonna go live, so I'll be at the top of that game when you go and search for it. Because I don't know if you know, but on YouTube, if you search up a game, like say I'm playing The Witcher 3 and I'm live with The Witcher 3, I'll appear at the top before like videos and stuff, just to give you live recommendations.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, but on Twitch, it's like, you know what I'm saying, you can interact with each other. Like if this was on YouTube, if I met any of you guys through YouTube, like I like there would be like no interaction, and there's no room for interaction on YouTube.
I get you. Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
You guys don't know each other, I guess.
yeah. I do want to ask you one more thing, Moshi. General Dragon in chat said, you could use YouTube for more of an ad push to transfer viewers to Twitch. And I've seen people do this. I've seen a person that got an average of maybe 100 views, and then they're in the thousands now. They average 700 it up just because YouTube.
I mean, you could use like I said before, you could use your you can go from Twitch, you can upload your videos on Twitch and then push them to YouTube. And like I said, you use YouTube as like a tool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't think of it as like a place where like you're gonna cultivate a community or anything like that. So like with General Dragon, I agree completely.
So have you felt
You would, go ahead.
No, go man, go Q.
You don't think you would see more growth because, like you said, let's say they looking for somebody that's playing The Witcher 3. All the videos are under you, and you're like above the videos. You don't think you would like see more growth there, since everybody's streaming on Twitch? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like if someone say you're streaming on YouTube, because let's be 100% honest, like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we do this for fun, but at the end of the day we all want to turn it into something more than that.
Yes, sir.
And in order to turn it into something more than that, you need to make monetary gain. You know what I mean? You need to make money. So, and like if we're just looking at it from like a money standpoint, it doesn't make sense to do things on YouTube, because on YouTube it's like you might gain subscribers and that might translate to like concurrent viewers when it comes to like your videos. But at the end of the day, you're making so little money, especially with this new adpocalypse thing going on. You're making so little money, and you always run the risk of like stepping on like YouTube's toes and them throwing that yellow dollar sign at you where you can't make any money, to the point where like it doesn't make any sense to be on that platform. Where it's on Twitch, it's like you got multiple avenues. You got donations or tips, you got subscriptions, you got freaking
bits and stuff.
Bits, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got all these avenues for people to support you. Whereas on YouTube, it's like the community whack. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say
money whack?
Would you say that the YouTube community is not as supportive as the Twitch community? Would you say that?
It is not at all in the slightest bit. Like, I'll give you an example from like something personally. Like when I was sitting here, I was streaming on Twitch, right? Mind my business, enjoying myself. And then out of nowhere, I get hosted by Boogie2988. Now on YouTube, that would never, ever, ever happen. We would never even collab on YouTube. He would not even mention me on YouTube.
That's true.
But on Twitch, you can't take viewership with you when you go offline. You know what I mean? On YouTube, technically you could share the wealth, but that's not the culture there. The culture there is you can play with me if you're as big as me. Over here, it's a lot more generous. Like people
like sometimes that's Twitch too, though.
That's Twitch too. That is Twitch too.
That's Twitch too. That's Twitch too, but to a certain extent.
I would say the cultures are different. I would say yes, the cultures are different. I would say I'm not gonna lie, I haven't delved into YouTube. I saw YouTube years ago, but I was like, I'm not really gonna do anything with it. But recently I started to upload some podcasts there and maybe some content down the road. But I'm gonna go with you. The thing plus on YouTube, on Twitch, I've seen some people say, "Hey, I'm not gonna rock with you unless you're part of this community or you got the numbers that I got."
It's
But
like you can't sit with us.
yeah, you can't sit at this table. You know what I mean?
Kind of got to
But
stay in your own
what I'm
lane.
trying to say is like the gap of you can't sit with us is a lot wider on
Yeah.
YouTube. So
I
like
agree.
on YouTube, like for instance, like Boogie298, he has like I forgot how many he has now, like 3 million or some shit. But like I only have like what, maybe like 11,000 subscribers. So I can't sit with Boogie, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like here, it's like he'll throw a host my way. There's always that chance that somebody's like, you know what, fuck it, I can't take these people with me when I go offline, so I'm gonna just throw it,
That's true.
help somebody out. Or for instance, it doesn't even have to be someone that drastic. It'll be like, somebody within the community. Because like here, I can sit here and say confidently that if I know one of you, like somewhere, somehow, especially if it's like a person of color, y'all know them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
for like instance, Q, you know Alexis, I know Alexis. You know what I'm saying? Kesa, you know Fats, I know Fats.
Right.
We went for sushi, man.
Yeah.
You know, Glitch, I met Glitch through Kesa.
Struggle
Kesa and
Squad.
Oni.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like all these people, it's like there's a chance for you to know them. That you can't have that interaction on YouTube. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I think YouTube, Joe makes a good point. I think YouTube has turned more into more research. People want to go see like an informative video or how to do this. It's turned more into that, and Twitch is more of the networking community. That's what I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that is definitely
YouTube's
true.
like, I was just say use YouTube as an archive, not like a home base.
It makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's a
That
good
makes
way of
sense. That makes
archiving. I
yeah,
like that.
a portfolio. Show people your resume, pretty much.
Yeah.
Dang,
But I do know a lot of people though, just from my side of town here, from outside of, let's say, maybe a creative space or a podcasting space or an educational or tutorial space. I do know a lot of people that just simply do interviews. They post on YouTube, they get great views, they have great subscribers, and then people that are just going live connecting with those people that are part of that community. Now of course they're driving that interaction from outside of YouTube, maybe Facebook and all these other places, but that is a meeting place for a lot of big names that I know.
Mm.
Okay.
So it's just a different perspective, man. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I just met Bites, and I wouldn't have met Bites on YouTube. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. The networking is a lot harder on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to point out two quick things.
Or
Yeah,
is it just hard? Or is it just
Somebody
hard
knows
for people
somebody
of
that we
color?
all know.
Yeah, is it just hard for people of color? Or maybe that's what we should say.
Well, that's a whole nother.
Is it hard for people?
man.
Shit, boy.
Wait, hold on.
Man, this is what I'm talking about.
Where?
It's difficult, huh?
No, I'm saying he said hard for people of color, but I like to do what?
Like
Because we can
network
do
and
that in this-
interact.
No, I don't think it
Is
is.
it hard for people of color on YouTube to network and interact? Is
Oh,
it-
on YouTube.
I'm just
On
saying,
YouTube.
bro. It's double. You know what I'm saying? We're playing. The conversation we're having is just base. This is just
Yeah, that would be a
this is
whole
easy
nother.
mode.
Yeah.
We would have to have a whole conversation on difficulty 10. You know what I mean?
We will, Moshi. Yeah, man. We'll definitely have that conversation. But right now, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because it'll take a whole nother hour. I do want to point out two things in chat from Miss Ma'am Shimi. Says people need to be careful. The world of content creation is small. Your circle can make or break you, which is very true. People need to remember that. Like, people be talking stuff and someone reaches out to me, he's like, hey man, I don't like this guy or I don't like this girl. You've got to realize people know people that know people. People talk.
Boy,
So I
So
was telling you before the podcast, bro. It's just like when it's like a lot of black streamers just hate each other for no reason, and I'm glad I kind of felt like a different like side of Black Twitch, if that makes sense, because like a bunch of them dudes are just like they're crabs, bro. They really
You
like
talking
if they
about
see you
2K
start.
Twitch, dog.
Oh no, 2K Twitch, that's a whole other monster. That's I would not even try to break into that community. I don't fuck with none of that shit. I'm trying to stay as far away from it as I can. But like,
Bro.
it's just like multiple sides of like Black Twitch, yo. And I don't know if you like talked to Alexis about it, but yeah, me and her was in the same boat a couple months ago, bro. They just like really crabbed, and then when they see you start growing, they hate you even more for some fucking odd reason. It's like, yo,
I can't say
I'm trying to grow, and then we can all like support each other. You
Mm,
don't have to like hate me for some fucking stupid ass reason because I'm
Right.
seeing a tiny bit more growth than you. So nigga, you hate me.
I would
I
I
hate that, bro.
I would say I'm gonna say disclaimer. I would say that's generalizing, but I would also say you do have a point about a certain group. You know what I mean? There are groups out there of different cultures, different ethnicities that are toxic, yes. But there are other groups out there like the Cookout that are pretty positive as far as
Yeah, I love
great
the
group,
Cookout,
great
bro.
group of people. And I mean, I do understand what Q say. You do become jaded when you come across people who are just straight shady and rude and just backstab you. And they use you as a ladder to get to the top. And then when they get where they want to go, or they use you for what they want to use you, and you do get jaded. And I remember Q saying something to me. He says, you know, a while ago, I just wanted to quit. And to me, that hurts as a content creator because I know how much I love this. And I know Q loves it too. And it's like, man, can you imagine your passion being sucked right out of you? Because
this is the thing. Like when I first started streaming, I was in Japan and I didn't know anybody. So I started streaming to have friends until I met like other people out there. And then like once like I started streaming, I met Alexis. We've been cool for like a year. And then we started seeing growth at the same time. We was only averaging like 40, you know what I'm saying? And then people started like talking shit about us and just hating us for some reason because we were seeing like a tiny bit of growth, and now people just like shunned us, and then we found the Cookout. So I mean, it's cool to be a part of that now, but like,
hey, shout out to the Cookout.
it was just like toxic as
Shout
fuck.
out.
No reason.
shout out to Cookout. Yeah, man. I definitely understand what you're saying, man. That's very unfortunate, but
I didn't even want to network no more, bro, because like every time I would try to talk to people would like that just slap my hand. You know what I'm saying?
You can't let that.
You
shit,
can't
like,
let that,
hurt
man.
You really can't,
Like-
especially like. Go ahead, Moshe. You go ahead.
Huh? Go ahead, man.
No, it's
got it.
like when it comes to like networking and whatnot. Me, I still think I'm small. I still think I'm hella small.
Yeah.
But
Same.
it's like if you stop, like sometimes I'll just talk to. I don't care how big you are or how small you are. I talk to you. I'm gonna talk to anybody. I was at TwitchCon. I talked to people like, I talked to Gassy Mexican, Diction, and all that. Like Diction, when I talked to Diction, he was like, "Oh yeah, he seems like he would be a fan and whatnot." He didn't see me as like a content creator because I wasn't giving him that vibe. I would just give him as a person. I know when it comes to being a content creator, you don't want to be like, "Hey man, I stream too. You know what? We should do something together."
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
no, I'm not
That's
trying to be that.
yeah.
This is what I hate about like people that want to network. I go in there and like my way of networking is like, yo, if I like you, I want to be cool with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't expect no host. I'm gonna support the fuck out of you, but I don't like when like somebody comes to me and they like, yeah, man, I know him, bitch. I don't care. Like, bruh, I came to just talk to you and just see if I fuck with your stream and fuck with your content first before I even think about that. I can't just go to somebody and be like, yeah, bro, I stream, you stream, we should do some shit.
We should do something.
All right.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that shit. It just gotta be like,
you don't want to
we
be
just
on
gotta be
your.
cool.
You don't want to be on your Zelda shit, like on your. Hey, listen, like no. You know?
All right. So we're gonna move on. We could talk about this for hours and hours. And Mr. Motion Man, if you would definitely, we would love to have you on the cast to talk more about this. But we're gonna move on, man. And thank you so much, Mr. Moshi, for hopping on. I mean, this is the first time we ever had someone hop out of chat, hop in the Discord. So
you took a call, basically.
we took a call. We took a call.
Hey,
We could make this a
hotline.
regular thing. The hotline, like Denny said.
My fingers got tired of typing. Honestly.
He's like, I'm done. All right, man. So I'm gonna drag and drop you. I'm gonna drag and drop you out of here, man. I'm gonna mute you, and then we're gonna move on, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, bro. Thank you. All right, cool. All right, so let's move on, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. We're gonna move off from YouTube because we all know that we could talk about YouTube forever and content creating forever. We will definitely come back to this topic and do it more in depth. But let's move on to our next topic, which is gonna be pretty much a whole new game in itself, which is going to be Rainbow Six Siege OutBreak DLC. If you haven't heard about this, this will be coming to us in March 6th. This will be a month-long event. So I'm pretty sure you're wondering why they only having it be a month. I don't know. But they said if the demand is high, they might make this a DLC standalone that you can purchase yourself and play for an unlimited amount of time. So for some people that's wondering about, hey, you know, this is a DLC. What is Rainbow Six Siege? It's a tactical shooter. So it was released on December 1st, 2015. The engine's Anvil, developers is obviously Ubisoft. And I mean, it's part of the Tom Clancy Rainbow Six series. And the platforms it's on is PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. Let me show a quick little video so you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about, and then we'll jump into the summary and jump into the features. The trailer's right there. Let me know when you guys are ready to play that.
Let's see. Ooh, shit. Ready.
All right, let's wait till Q.
Wait, no,
Hopefully I ain't fucked that up.
No, you're good. All right, so whenever you're ready, man, bring up the trailer queue for the Rainbow Six Siege OutBreak DLC.
Oh, yeah. Wait, which one? The first one or the
Trailer.
Oh, okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, vamonos.
Looks like a scene from The Walking Dead already.
All right, you in? Janie says you haven't picked up the paper in days. Coming in, all right?
To be honest, it looks like
Don't
the Last
shoot.
of Us trailer.
Mm.
Like a Naughty Dog's trailer.
Damn it. How much more crap you gonna hide away in here, huh?
Doesn't come close, Six. Can't even say if it's terrorism or something else.
I'm digging it. I think it's going to add a really cool aspect to Rainbow Six Siege to spice the game up.
I'm gonna
them to let go
talk
a little.
about it once the trailer's
We're
over.
not the
All right.
Right.
I play a lot of Siege, so
Okay, so you probably...
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, Doc. And I need one of the Russians. I'll explain later. N6, send them fast before this all burns down.
the new ops though, they look cold as fuck.
Yeah, the new ops are dope. There's 2 new ops, I think.
Damn, Hoss.
Both of them are attackers.
Where'd you dig that relic up?
From under a lot of dead
Yeah, I think both
bodies.
of them are attackers.
And they all look surprised. Same joke every goddamn time.
Sorry. Doc, you were saying?
The coil reinforces bones, grows like a carapace of armor on the skin.
Jesus.
In other words, it makes monsters.
Thanks, Doc.
Tell me this thing is contained?
For now, but it's adapting faster than we can track. We upped the ordnance and created this thing.
What happens if it gets loose?
Mexico's south of us. Breaks quarantine and crosses the border. World's in for one long, bad night.
What about nuking the town? Huh. What? Wouldn't be the first time we use a nuke in New Mexico.
It's on the table, but we're here to make sure that it stays a last resort. Operatives are already on the field.
Are these our hot zone specialists?
Six has an eye for talent, and we need all the help we can get. This is where we turn the tide. Or drown.
There we go.
Looks good, man.
It looks good. I'm excited. This is probably going to bring me right back into Rainbow Six Siege for a little bit, probably for a month or so.
Better than Call of Duty Zombies.
Exclusive collection, weapon skin uniforms, yeah, only doing Outbreak. So like, is it
She has a vaccine.
only doing this event, or can you just keep the skin?
I believe you keep the skin.
You keep the skin. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be the dumbest thing. There's just like, hey, you can only use it during outbreak. And when outbreak's gone.
All right,
you can't
that
use
probably
it.
was.
Yeah, that would make no sense. I think everybody would be quite upset.
A little dumb. I won't lie.
Yeah, you're buying an expansion to the game. It's gonna come with 3 new areas. I think we saw, which are the hospital, the junkyard, and the hotel, respectively. And and the two new characters.
See, like I watched the gameplay of it. It looks cool, but I'm not really into it. I like the whole just the 5v5 tactical shooter aspect of the game. I think it's one of the coolest like competitive multiplayer games that's out right now. And that I'm not really a big fan of. Like it kind of looks like Horde, but not really because you're going through like a stage. So I can't really say that I'm a fan. I mean, of course I'm gonna try it. Like it's kind of a one and done kind of thing for me. I don't think I will really go back to it after I beat it the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there we go.
I'm just interested to see if they're gonna just add it to the competitive scene, like the fact that you could be fighting other players and then the aliens too. Right. That might be dope.
So like you'd have your traditional like match, and there to be like what PvE aspects, kind of like the hunt.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of like
You guys ever heard? It was a Resident Evil game where it was like 4v4, but there was zombies walking around the map. It did.
Oh,
Left 4 Dead.
I know exactly what you're
Left 4
talking
Dead.
about.
And you use like a scythe, and you just fucking like you had like the thing that she had on Tomb Raider, the fucking little pickaxe shit.
No,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Resident Evil Outbreak, I think.
Yeah, well, that might be it, but
because it was a $1 game. I got a humble bundle because of Fats, and it was a 4v4 game, and there were zombies in the middle, and you had to like kill the other team while there's zombies on the map. So
I don't see them making a stage like that. It will kind of just like take away from what the game already is, and the game's not broken, so you don't like if they add that shit to it, it's just it might kill it a little bit.
I was just saying that because when you look at the trailer and some of the gameplay footage, I mean, all the different game modes that you have in competitive play where you have to do something at a point, whether that be disarm a bomb or, capture a zone and that type of thing, you seem to be doing that in this alien populated war zone. You know what I'm saying? So it would make sense if they did kind of incorporate that into PvP.
I think that'd be cool.
It's just speculation.
You should have showed them the gameplay trailer of it, like at least like a minute of it. Like
that's not a bad idea.
Like Left 4 Dead either or Operation Raccoon City. It's
it's rolling right now.
Like different thing in its own world. It looks like you're playing actual Siege, but they're fucking like creatures crawling around the map.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually playing right now.
Kind of out of place a little bit.
I personally think it looks cool. So for a little summary, because I know we're kind of touching on it right now, but a little summary is pretty much just you and 2 other handpicked teammates. So there's only a team of 3. I was a little confused why I didn't make it 4, but that's what they chose. You and a team of handpicked teammates will face off against an alien infestation that has turned the residents of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, into a variety of monsters ranging from heavily armored brawlers, quick and agile exploding leapers, and a typical grunt to casters that buff nearby infected and behemoths that can level your squad in the blink of an eye. You will be faced with 3 different missions. Each has their own objectives, ranging from escorting a hostage, planning and defending explosive charges, and the plain old mowing down infected hordes. Now, So, I mean, for people saying, hey, this is going to be the typical, Call of Duty, just blaze them up, Black Ops, with no point, there's objectives. And each objective is different. And plus, you have the variety of 3 different maps with environments. So, I think personally it looks pretty cool. Some of the features they're going to have here, they're going to have 2 different difficulties. They're going to have the normal one, and they're going to have Pandemic. The thing about Pandemic, if you want to play hard and you're like a veteran, like Q probably at Rainbow Six Siege, it's going to increase. It's going to enable friendly fire, and it's going to increase the damage of the horde, so you'll take more damage.
The friendly fire one is a big deal.
Yes, it adds more realism to it for sure.
You gotta be careful with shots.
And the game's already friendly fire, so if you play,
you
should be.
But you don't have aliens attacking you as far as a horde and all that though.
It's gonna be people running around screaming,
making them harder.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. And I feel like the reason they did that because it's gonna bring a lot of new people into Rainbow Six Siege, because there's quite a few people who play Black Ops Zombies. They're like, let me check out this new tactical shooter with the horde mode plus Left 4 Dead. They grabbed the whole Left 4 Dead demographic too. So I feel like they did that for a lot of the new players that are coming in with this DLC. So I think they did honor that part. Unfortunately, all the operators will not be available. They're going to be having the ones that will be available is Smoke, Ying, Buck, Capkin, Ash, Doc, Tachanka, and Glass. Plus with the new operators coming out for Operation Tremera, Line and Finca is their names.
New operators are cool because like the last ones that they dropped, the last one they dropped before like in the last season, it was Vigil. He's probably the worst operator I ever seen in my life. Like basically,
Is that the one that goes
to not get seen by drones?
Oh, okay.
He's totally not an asset to the team. Completely useless. I mean, it works every once in a while, but he was completely useless. So I had low expectations for the season. And then once I seen the ops, bruh, they're cold as fuck. They're definitely cold as fuck. It's one that's basically pulse for the entire map. That man he's crazy.
I'm not
What's
gonna
the
lie.
date for this again, Glitch? When does this drop?
It's supposed to drop, I believe, March 6th.
Ah, gotcha.
It's going to be available for 1 month. So if anybody's interested in playing this, we got 1 month just to binge play this, or stream it or make content on it. 1 month. I do not know for sure if they'll make this a standalone in the future. I imagine if it brings a big, crowd and it brings the numbers in, it obviously will profit them. So why not? But who knows? 1 month, guys.
1 whole month.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to talk about some of the gems of the week. And does anybody here play Dragon Ball Z Fighters? I said it right this time. Bites. I know you're going to get me for that. I said I got it. I'm doing well. I'm stepping it up. Recently, this is actually really cool. I stumbled across this on YouTube. And recently, there's a channel called Beats. They modded it and brought Sonic the Hedgehog into Dragon Ball Z Fighters. I'll show you guys a video of that really quick. I also drop that in chat if you guys do want to check it out. I am giving credit to this guy Beats because it is on his channel, so do check him out there. BK, I said it right this time, right? Fighters with a Z.
Fighters.
Yeah,
all right.
Looks good.
Man, don't listen to B, man. He's always on you, bro.
You said it wrong, nah, man. I think I said it right.
Dragon Ball Fighters, man, those guys.
Fighters.
Have you seen
those guys? I've seen the other mods, but I just want to showcase this one. Which other ones do they have?
They have a Link. They have Patrick Star. They have Ugandan Knuckles. Is that how you say? What? Yeah, that
Ugandan Knuckles. That meme. I can't believe they put that meme in there. Get out of here.
He's adult Gohan, but this Sonic is probably the cleanest one besides Link.
Yeah, but you guys have the trailer, right? Let me know when you have it up, and we'll play through it.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Vamonos.
I like the thing walking on the map.
The little lobby Sonic.
God, this makes me want to play. I mean, this makes me want to butt mash.
This is making me want to get it on PC. I have it on PS4, but I'm too busy at the monster right now.
I will stop you.
Next year.
I mean, the game just come out and they're already modding it. That's pretty cool.
The modding community is amazing.
Oh yeah, they are.
They definitely keep everything alive.
Man, it's so clean too.
It is.
Keep selling.
And it doesn't look like it's out of place either.
Yeah,
they gotta work on some of the scaling though. I mean, Sonic is big as hell in this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, my question is, did they take just his skin and somebody else moves and like kind of copy and paste? You know what I mean? Or does he have his own?
I can actually tell you how this works.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, how it actually works is they take his skeleton and they build on top of it. So
Okay.
his whole animations are all the same. So all they do is literally make a model using Teen Gohan originally, and then they put it on top of it. So that's why you see his legs are mad long. It's because they're the scale of Gohan's.
So that comes to play what Bice was saying about the character model, the scale.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they got to work on that, man. They got to fix the scaling. Like I said, he's way too big for that space, in my opinion.
It makes sense.
Yep. So,
Yeah, Kid
else about this
Gokhan.
week?
I mean, that's it. I just saw that and I thought, I just got the game, and I know me and B Futeki have been talking about it, so I was like, I would think people would love to check that out. So that was pretty much it.
It's not released yet. They don't. I mean, nobody can get it. It's just this one guy or group of devs that put this video on YouTube, right?
Yeah, and they also have a link one too. So, but we won't watch that one. We're gonna keep this moving. The last gem I want to show today is, and me and Bites were talking about this. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. They said, you know what? We haven't done enough. We're gonna come out with a mobile game. And I don't know.
Dumbest thing, right?
I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm not gonna lie. I love foreign films. Check out this trailer and tell me you're not hyped about this. Just watch the trailer and be like, I'm not hyped. I mean, you can't lie to me. You're lying. But you won't catch me playing any mobile games. But grab the trailer. Tell me you guys are ready to go.
Grab some popcorn too, because this thing is wild.
It's like a whole movie, pretty much. But do check it out.
China made it.
Let me know when you guys are ready, man.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
He's like, all right. All right. 3, 2, 1, Vamonos.
There's already enough like handheld battleground game.
Right? That's what I said, dude.
PUBG really try to get that guap.
Look, your phone for to be needing the charger in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you don't have an iPhone 8, that thing ain't gonna work.
Like I even went and tried to play one of these games. They run better than the Xbox version. It's just not fun. It's weird.
It's the controls, man. Controls are trash.
Yeah. Shit more optimized than Xbox PUBG.
I swear this looked like a Netflix.
You look like a division.
It looks like
a Netflix series. I watch it.
It's a Netflix series, for real.
If this was a movie, I would watch it.
I mean, there is a movie.
Wait, does PlayerUnknown have a movie?
PlayerUnknown is based off a movie.
Stop, bro. Really?
Wait.
It's called Battle Royale.
Oh, no. Yeah, I've seen that.
Hold on, I thought. All right, so Battle Royale came out, and then Hunger Games. I didn't know they based PUBG off it. I thought they just based.
PUBG was based off a movie called Battle Royale.
I thought PUBG was based off of like Armor. Remember that mod?
That's
they had?
how he got
up?
the idea for it. Because of the movie.
That movie was dope though. The kids was going at it.
Oh, where's my phone? Man.
It's so
Netflix original.
It looks good, right? The production quality is just whew.
A1 production for China.
This makes me mad. If the American trailer for the Xbox version of the game commercial was garbage compared to this.
They had a trailer?
Oh yeah, it was 5 seconds long.
I can't wait till it drops on the phone, so I can totally not download it.
This guy.
Hey, they also got the captions for this too. If anybody's interested in what they were actually saying, I think the commentary was pretty entertaining too. So
I didn't grab that, but
Who's shining number one?
Don't they have gameplay of it? You're just talking about
Better
Bites.
than Dragon Ball Evolution.
I'm thinking. Like, don't say that, man. We're gonna talk about that.
Discord like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god.
But I mean,
that was some gameplay. G, I took it off of there because it was 10 seconds and it was just terrible because the game wasn't optimized for mobile phone yet.
Dang, okay. We don't want to like ruin the image before it's out. But I mean, guys, that right there is good marketing. I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely watch probably an hour long of that. They had a little story behind it. But I won't myself. I know Q. He's already made himself pretty vocal about it. I won't be downloading and playing it. But will anybody else be playing it?
What, the mobile version?
Yeah, the mobile version.
No,
definitely not.
You know none of y'all about to download that shit.
I'm not gonna check it out, but I'm not discouraging anyone else from checking it out.
I'm just saying, if you're a PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds fanatic and you're an ultra fan, go check it out. You know,
I don't like playing games on my phone where I got to stay tethered to my charger, and I
You got
think this
games
is
on
going to
your
be
phone?
one of the games, bro.
I don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
playing games on my phone with my damn hand about to catch on fire because
Yo, phone about to be hot.
on my phone.
Yeah,
I just
this
play
guy.
that shit. If it ain't like Doken or fucking Naruto blazing, I ain't touching it. Something that I can just play for 10 minutes and then play it later.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, pretty much that's all I have for today's cast. I mean, we had some pretty good topics. We covered some weekly updates with Q's favorite game, Sea of Thieves. Talked about Dead Space Original for free 99 on Origin. I know people are just hopping in, so do check out Q's rolling design. Do go to Origin, guys, and do check out. They're giving away a free copy of Dead Space, the first one. Rainbow Six Siege, 30% off. So if you want to play it, there it is. The new benchmarks for Sea of Thieves, and we also covered the amazing interview that we just talked about, which wasn't that amazing. And we covered Rainbow Six Siege Outbreak DLC. But I mean, I want to say thank you to Q. I want to say thank you for Pro for being on here and Bites. It was definitely a pleasure to have you guys.
Anytime, fam.
I'm glad you had fun, man. I'm glad we
fun.
didn't bore you. I'm glad you both had fun. Do you guys have any other topics or last minute statements or comments you guys want to make? If you don't, do shout out to chat and everybody who's watching, and hopefully pre-recorded on YouTube, what time you stream, what platforms you're on, and where they can find you in future projects.
I think the only thing we need to ask Q is what days does he get a haircut? Since he only streams.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what we need to do.
Weekend or is it midweek? I mean,
Look, if my hair ain't cut, I ain't streaming. If I do want to stream and it ain't cut, my cam ain't on because I ain't trying to be cooked. You don't never know who about to slide in this bitch, and I ain't trying to just bruh.
So just
If
he'll
I
up.
found a barber, moved back to America, found a barber. I don't ever want to have a fucked up headline on Twitter. Bruh.
Nah, it's all good, bro. I'm just joking with you, man. Yeah, tell us where you at, man.
Shit, I'm only on Twitch.
And you could find them.
Monday through Friday, right here. That link right there.
I'll drop his stuff in chat. All right.
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
All right.
Chill with the homies.
And the one and only Pro, man. Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitch, Pro_Kesadia. I stream every day except Thursdays. I know, I'm crazy. But yeah, you can check me out there any day, anytime. Except
Nice.
Because you won't see me there.
You will not catch him.
You will not catch me.
All right, perfect. Let me just drop yours in chat, guys. Do definitely, guys, check these guys out. I did see a lot of people in chat that already know these amazing streamers, and you guys are already friends of them and viewers and fellow content creators. But if you have not seen them, do check them out. Q plays a lot of amazing games. He's always on something new. He has themes month, themes week. Pro, he's a great player with Monster Hunter, aka the Struggle Squad. And he's a genuine guy, so do check him out. And also check out Bites. Can't see his camera, but you can see his logo. Check him out too. Nah, come on, man. He almost made it. Nah, it was Q. It was Q. He said it. Q said it. Damn, man. Right at the you almost made it through, bro. We almost made it through, bro. He called you out, man. He called you out.
He called me out. That's okay. They all play Dragon Ball. You can get those hands, bro.
Ooh, that's true. That's true.
You want to talk about our matches in Street Fighter, but let's just say he respects the game.
Shut up. Drag him somewhere else.
All right.
I'm just putting that out there.
All right, cool. But hey, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 20 of the Glitched Out Podcast. This is a big milestone, 2-0. I mean, we made it this far. We got many more eps to come. You will catch us every Sunday at 3 p.m. PST. If you know someone that wants to be on the cast, whether it doesn't matter their size, if they're a content creator, let them know. Hit me up, hit up Bites, or hit up one of my mods, or hit up a friend that knows me, and they are welcome, and you are welcome on the cast. Hope you guys had a great time. We'll see you guys next weekend for episode 21.
Yes,
Peace.
Sir.